Hey guys, it's Matt with Tips for Truckers. And today this video has got a little bit of story, but it's got a moral at the end of it. So yesterday when I loaded this load of tubing, 13 foot tall, and it's greasy, keep in mind. Put the grease on the tubes to keep it from rusting. I had to tarp it. Now I picked this up, it was a drop trailer, I picked it up after hours. But I picked it up at Valmont, and there's tons of people there always to give you a hand if you need a hand. So I figured I'd throw my straps on, I put my padding on, my moving blankets on all the edges, and then another thing, quick tip over here, put straps over top of your moving blankets, tighten them down before you throw your tarps on, and you won't pull your moving blankets off when you pull your, move your tarps around. They'll stay right on there. But anyway, back to the story. So, got all everything situated. Got my tarps out, put them on top of my catwalk, and so I was waiting around for a forklift driver to drive by so I could signal him. Okay, a couple of forklift drivers, hey, signal, hey, honked my horn, none of them even, they purposely tried to not look at me. I'm like, okay, well, let me take this into my own hands. So I walked around that place for an hour talking to, forklift drivers and supervisors and everybody there. And guess what they told me? They told me straight up, it wouldn't be safe for us to forklift your tarps on top of your load. It wouldn't be safe for us to do that. There's a ladder over there. Carry your 200-pound tarps up on top of the ladder and try to roll them out while you're balancing on that greasy pipe. We don't care if you fall off and die. That's what they told me straight up. They said it's unsafe for us to forklift tarps up on top of your load, so you could roll them out from there. I had a real problem with that. Ordinarily, they have an overhead crane, and what they have is a bar with a bunch of hooks on it. And usually they lower that down, you hook your tarp onto all those hooks. I got a video about it, hopefully link in the description, about how to use a tarping machine. But basically that's what they do. They lift it up, they pull the tarp over top of your load and drape it down. It works great. But the problem is, I was picking this up at 6 o'clock in the evening, and night shift doesn't show up till 12. And on top of that, night shift comes in at 12. They sit around and drink coffee for an hour, and then when they get to work, if you ask them to put their tarp, it's literally going to take them an hour or two to put those tarps on. I guarantee you. So my choice is, try to get a forklift driver, put tarps up there. That wasn't happening. Or get 2 hours of sleep, set my alarm, wake up when I'm super tired, try to, do my tarps. That's going to be a 2-hour ordeal because, like I said, night shift is so slow there. They're all so lazy there, so it's a real big issue, and hopefully this gets addressed soon. Like I said, if I were to have night shift do it, it would literally, I'm not kidding you, it would take them 2 hours to do that 5-minute job. So what I ended up doing was, I said, man, you gotta think of a solution here. And then, like I said, I would do all that in the middle of the night and try to go back to bed, if I could get any sleep. And last time I loaded, in the middle of the night, and the night shift was loading my truck, man, it took them 6 hours to load a load, man. So I had to, come out here and throw one strap, and then I went back to bed. I didn't get hardly any sleep that night, man. It was a mess. But anyway, that's kind of off story. So I said, man, you got to take this into your own hands. So what I did was, I ended up calling the security guard, calling the phone number, pushing them, the number for the operator. It ended up being security. I know everybody in security there, and they know me by name. So I said, "Oh, hey, is this so-and-so?" Because I recognized her voice. And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is Matt. I'm over here. All these forklift drivers are being assholes. They're telling me, hey, it's unsafe for us to forklift your tarps on." She said, "Well, that's BS. She said, they're just too lazy to do it." I said, "Yeah, what am I supposed to do about this?" I said, she said, "Oh, you can wait till night shift." I said, "Well, yeah, they're lazy too." So I said, "How about I just put them up myself with the overhead crane?" And I think I forgot to tell you in the story, when I was walking around, like I said, they had that apparatus for the overhead crane to drape them over. There was a worker right there, in the tubing section, right by the equipment to drape it over, and they didn't. They just flat out refused to help me. Period. So anyway, I said, hey, I asked that gal. I said, "Hey, is there any way I could use the overhead crane to put my tarps on?" She said, "Well, if you've used the overhead crane before, you can." I'm like, "Yeah,
say a command.
I know how to use a crane. I've done it plenty of times before." So I ended up throwing my tarps up with the crane, but the crane only had straps, so I still had to get up there and roll them out, which I really don't want to do. A lot of these I don't mind doing, but at the same time, it's very dangerous. I mean, I don't mind all the extra exercise and everything, but I mean, you fall off the top of a 13-foot load, there's a good chance you're going to die or get paralyzed. But, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I mean, it's either that or just get 2 hours of sleep and try to get a full day of driving in today. I figured, well, that'd be more dangerous. But yeah, I put my tarps up there with the crane and everything, rolled them out. Everything went swimmingly after that. But I just don't understand why it was such a big ordeal. And this is something that you guys, I mentioned in a video, "Do you want to get into flatbedding?" That this is something you're going to have to do. There's customers that just don't have any facilities. And you can ask the company that you're working for if they're cool with you refusing to tarp when there's no tarping machine or harness. And a lot of companies refuse to do that, and a lot of these companies are realizing it's not profitable to risk these drivers' lives on top of the liability. There's people turning down their loads because they don't have the proper facilities. So I'm glad to see that that's really changing. There's still a lot of places out here that just don't care, and they don't want to spend the money on tarping stations or facilities or whatever. Now that's one thing, but this is just one thing I never understood, was that forklift drivers just absolutely refusing to forklift tarp on a load. It's not even a 30-second job, and I'd say at least twice a month I get, probably once a month I got a fight with a forklift driver trying to get my tarps up there. It's a mess, and it's something that shouldn't happen. And they hide behind safety. "Oh, it's not safe. Oh, it's not safe." Every single place. They don't just tell me, "Oh, I'm a lazy pile of shit." I would respect you more. I'd be cool with that. Hey, you don't want to do extra work? Hey, that's fine. But don't hide behind safety. Saying, "Oh, it's not safe for me to forklift your tarps up there," or whatever. I really got a problem with that. So what I'm asking is, you guys, if you don't feel comfortable, getting on top of the load, I don't have anybody really, I don't have a family or whatever to live for, so I may be a little bit more risk tolerant than you guys. If you guys got a family at home or whatever, or really care about your life, seriously think think twice about having to get up there without fall protection and everything. Yeah, because I mean it's very real. A lot of people die, and it's actually the number one reason why any truck driver dies out of any sector. All the trucking, the number one, to my knowledge. I may be wrong, and I'm sure Frank Brock can help me with that. But it's truck drivers falling off the top of tall loads trying to tarp and everything. I think it's the number one killer of truck drivers. But anyway, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, just tell your company, be honest with them, be forceful, but don't be a total asshole about it, be professional. But yeah, if you don't feel safe, and hopefully we can make some things change around here. So man, with Tips for Truckers, have a great day.